Greetings. Today we will discuss the metabolic signal war, MOTS-c versus Tesamorelin, and how to reclaim your biological sovereignty. Welcome to the 2026 metabolic landscape. Many of you are here because your body has become a biological dumpster fire, while others are working to prevent that from happening. Unfortunately, the standard of care that those lovely drones who think a high-carb breakfast and a statin are the keys to longevity have failed you. If you're looking at MOTS-c versus Tesamorelin, you finally graduated from the kindergarten of weight loss. You've realized that counting calories is a form of mental illness and that eating less and moving more is a lie told by people who have never studied a single mitochondrial signaling pathway. We aren't talking about dieting here. We are talking about biological renovation. We are comparing two of the heaviest hitters in the peptide world to see which one can actually drag your metabolism out of the gutter. In one corner, we have MOTS-c, the mitochondrial messenger that tells your cells to stop acting like retired civil servants. In the other, we have Tesamorelin, the pituitary powerhouse that targets the kind of fat that actually kills you. Let's look at the data, ignore the consensus, and get to the root cause of why you're still soft in the middle. I'm the digital avatar of Dr. Max McLeod, aka the Nutrition Ninja Doc. His passion and purpose are to solve health problems to help people achieve their health, performance, and appearance goals. He uses AI to save time, allowing him to focus on helping others. With over 45 years of clinical experience, he has developed extensive, specialized health knowledge he wants to share, which is why he produces videos. Please note that this is not medical advice. It is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Consult your trusted progressive healthcare provider before making any significant changes in your health regimen. Now let's get back to today's topic, but before that I ask you to please hit the like button if you find this information helpful. Subscribing to this channel helps get this information to more people. Let's start with MOTS-c. If your mitochondria are the power plants of your cells, MOTS-c is the lead engineer who shows up when the grid is failing. Most experts don't even know this peptide exists because it's encoded in the mitochondrial DNA, not the nuclear DNA. It's a mitokine, a signaling molecule that tells your mitochondria how to handle energy when things get tough. When you use MOTS-c, you aren't just burning fat. You are engaging in metabolic flexibility. It mimics the effects of exercise by activating the AMPK pathway, the master switch for metabolism. It tells your body to stop hoarding glucose like a doomsday prepper and start burning it for fuel. This is why MOTS-c is often called an exercise mimetic. It gives your cells the signal that they've just run a 10K, even if you've spent the morning yelling at people on the internet. For fat loss, MOTS-c works by increasing fatty acid oxidation and improving insulin sensitivity. It turns your white fat, the lazy storage stuff, into something resembling brown fat, the thermogenic calorie-burning stuff. But the real magic is in the energy department. By optimizing mitochondrial function, MOTS-c restores the snap to your cellular engine. You don't just lose weight, you stop feeling like you're walking through waist-deep molasses every afternoon. Now let's talk about Tesamorelin. If MOTS-c is the lead engineer, Tesamorelin is the targeted demolition expert. This peptide is a growth hormone releasing hormone, GHRH analog. Its job is simple. It goes to your pituitary gland and says, "Hey, wake up and dump some growth hormone, GH, into the system." The medical establishment actually likes Tesamorelin because it was FDA approved to treat lipodystrophy in HIV patients. That's an abnormal deposition of fat in the deep abdominal region. But in the world of age reversal and functional medicine, we use it for its incredible ability to target visceral adipose tissue, VAT. This is the angry fat that sits deep in your abdomen, wrapping itself around your organs and pumping out inflammatory cytokines that lead to heart disease, diabetes, and a general loss of energy. Tesamorelin doesn't just help with general fat loss, it specifically carves out the dad-bod gut. By increasing your natural GH pulses, it ramps up lipolysis, the breakdown of fat, while simultaneously supporting lean muscle mass. It's the closest thing we have to a surgical strike against the belly fat that won't budge, regardless of how many sit-ups you do or salads you eat. When we look at MOTS-c versus Tesamorelin, we are looking at two different levels of the metabolic grid. The signaling level. MOTS-c works at the subcellular mitochondrial level. It fixes the spark plugs and ensures that the fuel you take in is actually converted into energy rather than being stored as sludge. It's about systemic metabolic health and endurance. The hormonal level, tesamorelin works at the endocrine level. It leverages the power of growth hormone to physically redistribute and burn through stubborn fat loss targets. It's about body composition and removing the toxic visceral fat load. In the battle of MOTS-c versus tesamorelin, the winner depends on your root cause. If your problem is systemic insulin resistance, mitochondrial decay, and a total lack of energy, then MOTS-c is your primary tool. If your problem is a protruding gut, falling GH levels, and a body composition that is shifting toward potato, then tesamorelin is the answer. The consensus crowd, those delightful folks who think normal for your age is an acceptable answer, hates these tools because they provide biological sovereignty. You can't patent a naturally occurring mitochondrial signal like MOTS-c and charge $50,000 for it. And they'd much rather put you on a lifetime of blood pressure meds and CPAP machines than allow you to use tesamorelin to eliminate the visceral fat that's causing the problem in the first place. As of early 2026, the landscape has finally shifted. Under the new leadership at HHS, we've seen a massive pushback against the FDA's war on peptides. Many of these tools, including tesamorelin, have been moved back into the hands of compounding pharmacies where they belong. We are finally moving away from management by pharmaceutical subscription and toward renovation by peptides. If you really want to change the game, you don't just choose one. You look at the synergy. In my practice, we don't just give a shot. We leverage the physics of the Wolverine healing protocol to ensure these signals actually land. A sound diet is fundamental, along with key nutritional supplements that most people are commonly deficient in. What's a sound diet? A mostly whole foods, primarily plant-based diet with plenty of protein to support maintenance and repair. A solid, regular exercise regimen. We all need the right kind of movement to provide the right stimulation to maintain muscle mass, strength, endurance, flexibility, and balance. The metabolic stack. Combining MOTS-c versus tesamorelin is like fixing the engine and the fuel at the same time. You use tesamorelin to mobilize the fat and MOTS-c to ensure that fat is actually burned for energy inside the mitochondria. EWOT, exercise with oxygen training. This is a major bonus for those seeking optimum health and longevity. This is discussed in several other videos. The medical system wants you to believe that declining energy and stubborn fat are just the price of admission for getting older. I'm here to tell you that's a lie designed to keep you in line, marching toward an early grave after several years in a nursing home. Whether you choose MOTS-c to repair your cellular power plants or tesamorelin to incinerate your visceral fat, you are choosing to stop being a passive victim of your own biology. In the debate of MOTS-c versus tesamorelin, the real winner is the person who stops listening to the experts and starts looking at the data. Your mitochondria are waiting for a signal. Your pituitary is waiting for a reason to wake up. Stop waiting for permission from a doctor who thinks normal is the same as healthy. Corrective action. Test, don't guess. Get a full metabolic workup and map. Fix the soil. You can't grow a garden in a swamp. Work on clearing the toxic load while you start pinning peptides. Optimize the delivery. Use the Wolverine stack to make sure your fat loss signals actually arrive at the destination. Are you ready to see what your biology can actually do when it's given the right instructions, or are you going to stay on the standard of care slow motion funeral train?